Greetings everyone, my name is Outervale, and welcome back to my Let's Play of Mega Man Maker. In this weekly morning livestream, I'll be covering a combination of both Veer Smith levels and other levels I find online, primarily focusing on the former. As an important aside, this will be the last Maker stream of this year, and I won't have a Maker stream next Saturday. So I'm gonna stream Raccoon, Jedok, Jaden, J Butters, Oscar, as well as all the other lurkers. Also, I see you joined my Discord server, J Butters. And welcome back after several episodes, Jedok. Glad to see you got a new computer. Before I give you the frequenter role on the Discord server, I want to confirm that yes, it's you who joined, J Butters. Hey Sunflora. I'll be covering levels around 2-ish hours, then I'll showcase art at the end. So, let us begin with this stage. DK94 Big City by Oscar, 20 play score of 10. Sure, go right ahead, Jaden. I don't plan on playing Symphonia for quite a while. No, that's all you need to say, J Butters. The reason why I'm asking is to prevent impersonation. Especially as I'm gonna give you the frequenter role there. On these mid levels, just leave the level ID in the chat. That's all you need to do. Yeah, I remember, especially the gaining of momentum. That was really fun. Oh boy. Darn it. Okay, and we'll tin out the cannons. Now I gotta get up there. No more cannons to worry about now at all. Yeah, just before starting the stream I realized that there was an update, and that made some changes to the layering and a few bug fixes. So yeah, this year's coming to a close. Yesterday I posted the finale for the Klein's Drops. I say finale, but that's only for now. As the dev has already confirmed there's going to be co-op in World 7 and 8 added in the future. So I'll be back for those. On Monday, I'll post the final episode of Anton Blast. When I say final episode, I mean final main episode. There is going to be at least one bonus episode for Anton. Because I didn't show off any of the secrets in the hub world. Plus, I didn't show Paul. left or right? I'll go left. Hey, Woomy. Welcome. Alright, that's better. Oh, cool. The level design takes advantage of the momentum. Yeah, Anton Blast was pretty good. Is pretty good. Going into it, I was kind of getting worried it's going to be a bit overhyped, especially due to certain members of the channel just talking about it as opposed to anything else. Thank you, that channel. But yeah, it fulfilled my expectations. I have never fished before. You've already reduxed the level. You already reduxed these DK levels 2 or 3 times already. I don't want to play through them again anytime soon, please. Yeah, she can still hit me there. Bring out the E-Tank. It's the city stage from DK94, which was the first one, so technically second, but easiest. Oh, you want to travel more? You get more stories going. Fair enough. Solid start to stream. Oh my gosh, Oscar, you keep posting more and more levels than I'm gonna complete each week. You're like a machine with that. Thank you, Toxin. Welcome to the stream as well. Same with you, Raccoon. Second up is Ice Cave by Evil Panda. 168 plays and a score of 80. Hey, Lunar. Oh, that's cool. What's the VN in question? A visual novel, that is. Okay, the abilities themselves may be simple, but chaining them together and getting through the momentum physics, that's probably the big thing. What are my newest resolutions for the channel? Cover the requested games and cover some of the games I personally want to see, as well as covering more key games. Ideally more games in general, but we'll see. Heck, maybe this year I'll actually play a JRPG. Clan ad! Yeah, that is one of the stalwarts. I like this level's gimmick of raising and lowering the ice levels. Slash, slash. You aren't fighting me, slash. Oh my. We're doing this then. Careful not to get crushed. Ah, doing your first playthrough of Doki Doki. As for games I do want to do next year, I'll put it this way. I am going to be finishing Partners in Time, of course. Like, that's obvious. I may want to get to Bowser's Inside Story in the second half of next year, but we'll see. Let's see. I want to do Gravity Circuit as well. It's been in my games list for quite a while now. And I've been itching to play it, especially after all the updates. Oh yeah, if Your Turn to Die's final part comes out, I will return to the game and do the next chapter. This stage thinks as an object shift, which is funny as it actually uses it in a neat way, especially inside of Maker's confines. I liked it more than Big City. Oh, that's cool. The game does a good job there. Oh no. Yeah, that Burstman is suddenly a lot more scary. I haven't seen it yet. Someone's... Oh shoot. Ah, okay. Oh, poor Burstman, getting wrecked. We'll have to see what everyone else says first. Eden Genesis I'll get back to, but it's probably gonna be late January or February, we'll see. But remember, not gonna be 100%. I'm saying this because a few members of the community forget that when I say I'm not gonna play a game to 100%. Solid stage, I guess my vote. It's not that... I wouldn't say it's a good stage, but it's pleasant enough. Number 3 up is MS2 Hollow Broomstick by Fish on a Stick. 47 plays, score 15. I'm playing the online version, not the one in the level pack which has the NSF replacement, some custom sprite work. I'll check that out later. Yeah, Burstman has knockback if you hit him with his weakness. Yeah, Mega Man 7 and 8's weakness related things. If you're good enough, you can basically stun lock most of the bosses. And it took its inspiration from Mega Man X from that. Okay, welcome to Hollow Knight. Another game I'm still contemplating when I want to do Hollow Knight next year or the year after that. See, oh, this is the town. Well, down we go. There's my escape. Yeah, I'm still contemplating whether I should just do Symphony of the Night first or dive right into Hollow Knight. As, one is already both have directly inspired different games already covered, and a bunch of other games we'll be covering on the channel in the future. Ooh, now we're kind of Metroid-ish. Ooh, need fire. Hey, Buster. Just talking about the games I'll likely cover next year. I mean, I'm definitely going to be covering at least 2 new DS games next year. Creeper World, X. I'll also beat the main game for that. It's not too difficult, but it becomes more and more like a puzzle. And the reason why I didn't just start with 1 is because Creeper World 1 has some pacing problems. Here's a firestorm. When I say pacing problems, I mean there are too many sections where there's basically waiting around for things to happen, or where there isn't as much progress. Whereas with X, that problem doesn't really exist, where if you know what you're doing, you can get by pretty briskly, and there's only a few moments where you have to pause and wait, really. That's neat. Oh cool, the underground jungle. And yes, I know there's a He's dead. Do I avoid him then? Help? I don't think this was supposed to work this way, Maker. You decide, Lauren, or a different viewer. Oh no, that's not how it's supposed to work. Okay, fine. We'll do it this way. Oh shoot. Okay, get down here. Come on, jump down. Oh, thank you. Come on. I know you want to. Oh boy, this is gonna be awkward. Yeah, I think an update may have borked this stage. I'm gonna give it one more shot, and I'll just use the level editor if necessary. Pukapelli. That's unfortunate because the rest of the stage is fairly interestingly designed, so I'm gonna fix this right now. Alright, load the level. Because I doubt they want me to fight the Quick Man that way. Even with the Firestorm, that's not that well. I don't mind bosses having weaknesses. What becomes an issue in 7 and 8 is that you can basically stun lock the bosses. Some more than others. Alright, I'm trying to figure out where was I. Okay. I got the fire here. Let's see, what does he give upon being dispatched? Okay, charge. So yeah, I think he's supposed to be crushed by this block, so let me do it this way. That's my solution to this problem. Here you go. What? That's supposed... Okay, that's supposed to crush bosses. An update broke something. Like, that is not how it's supposed to work. Like, literally a few weeks ago, I defeated a boss by crushing him against the wall. Okay, where are the boxes at again? Yeah, gimmicks, but, you... a little bit more specific. View block, trash block, brick block. Okay, middle click. Gotcha, thank you. Lauren, please. Okay, I middle clicked it, it's copying over into this. But I'll just... You know what, I'll just do it this way then. Da-da-da. Problem solved. Imprisonment. There we go. Sorry for that detour. Here's the thing, in previous updates, because I know I tested this before, You can kill bosses by dropping medium and heavy blocks on them, so that one should work. Thank you. Gimmicks plus light bulb. Alright, now we fight you again. See, this makes more sense because it's an open arena. That one, based off everything, it's supposed to crush the boss. End the tutorial to use it. Dropping aside is not the same. Dropping is not the same as pushing from the side. Huh. Weird. Here's the thing though, then how was this level uploaded? Did they just defeat the boss by manually bashing them? Secret! They'll come and stream later, we'll see. Haha, that's why. Secret. I appreciate the level has some of these secrets. They're fun. Apparently 2 pixels of my head got caught on the side. The date of the level, I haven't seen that. I'll find out soon enough. Grasshopper's aggressive. I'm currently using 1.9.4.1, the laser version. So, something about that sound doesn't seem to be working then. I didn't say anything more about Symphonia Jaden once you left. So, I'll just chalk that up as being a maker moment. Ooh. Okay, 3 bosses. Yes. This has a buff, isn't it? Unless they nerfed it again. Sorry, if you're used to my playthrough as a Mega Man Maker, you'll know about the various goofy moments that can happen. Either due to the game or my incompetence. Or both. Let's see if it's still useful. Okay, I can't really tell like that. It's a shame that that happened because the rest of the stage is fine. Oof. Shoot me. I need to destroy another one of them before I can determine that. In fact, let's take a... Nah, actually, I don't have a regular shot. Hey, Bounce Man. Perhaps the timing was off and that got changed or whatever. Back to this room. Okay, pile driver. You can spoil the gimmicks a little bit because I won't remember them. At best, I'll play Symphony in like 6 months to a year. Oh boy. Different routes. Down the chute. Oh my goodness, cause a catcher up here. This is certainly a different take on how you fight them. Like, usually they start above us, not below us. Okay, pointing at us angrily. Double key. It'd be so funny if we grabbed the other keys on the other side, but I can't. Alright, next up, barrier. It went well, YouTube. Thank you, Lauren. Thank you, Mop. As a reminder, this will be the last Mega Man Maker stream for the year, and I won't have one next Saturday. Oh, yeah, shine the light. Should have used the charge kick. I wish they used a different song for the online version. Oh well. Dark... Of course. Is this Hollow Nest? Or Deep Nest? Okay. Does a better job escalation than Bow. Second one is your favorite wind gimmicks of any game you played, and you hate wind physics. There's a couple stuff with swinging vines which are also very physics-based. Oh yeah! How to win his role. Got keys of 5 different colors. You can either go left or right. Hmm. Yeah, I'll just go straight for the ending. I'll ignore the secret paths. I'll save the secret paths for the level pack version. Ooh. The chamber? Yeah, it couldn't be that easy. Oh no. That's one down, and now everyone falls. I lose my broom though. Hey, Shovel. Hey, Hollow. Decent stage, kinda brought down by that weird bug with Quick Man. Yep, this entire stage is based off of Hollow Knight. Hence why the stage is called Hollow Broomstick. Let's see, before I continue, I know one of you posted a level. Yeah, it's Pixel. Kind of a little bit of a rough start, but we're getting there. Alright, forward up is Crystal Lake DX by Sunflower Azumarill. 72 plays, score 24. Your level will be 7th up. I'm gonna reorder something. I will do a check just to make sure of a few things, but yeah. Oh. Alright, base. Alright, I did roll. I don't want to do Mega Man. Proto Man's a little bit too powerful, so base it is. Pretty. Rock. Oh yeah, Buster, if you're still here, I'm planning on covering Bowser's Inside Story next year in the second half. I know I also plan on covering Sonic Rush because J Butters sort of requested that. That's gonna be a little bit more awkward to stream due to the screen setup. I'll figure out something out. Well, this isn't a dead pit. I know the second game fixes several issues with that, but the first one, okay. The issue with the split screen is how much you swap between the two. Like, if it just took if it mostly stayed to one screen for most of the game, it wouldn't be so bad, but, with the switching, it kinda causes a problem with streaming because, with the way my DS streaming setup is set up right now, it prioritizes the bottom screen while making the top screen smaller. But if each screen takes an equal amount of priority, I can't really go for that setup. From my perspective, it's fine because I get the equal size screens, but when you're watching the stream, that is gonna be awkward, so I'm gonna have to go for the setup where each of the screens is equal in size. Like, if I was doing this in post, this wouldn't be so bad because then I could just edit it so I'll shift between the screens immediately. No prob. I haven't tried, but I've used a few mods before. Oh my gosh, look! Base has psychic powers now. Aw, darn, his psychic powers ran out. And yes, I control an invisible jewel satellite as well. No, I haven't tried making my own mod. Not the quickest. I've seen ones that basically died in a few days for more obscure games. To be honest, with the way the updates work in this engine, plus how it's a little bit more hokey to create mods in the first place, and the fact it's more of a niche title, well, I wasn't expecting there to be that many mods. Like, there are barely any fan games, I'd say, out there which have a modding scene, really. Like, the one I can think that has the biggest would probably be SMBX. This stage was pretty. And, design-wise, it was decent. I'm not really going into much detail between all the levels, but I'll say this, it's up there with Ice Cave. I think I like Ice Cave more in terms of its gimmicks. I like this one more in terms of aesthetics. Extreme Nightmare and Trailing Shadow mode. Oh boy. I think I know what Trailing Shadow is gonna be. Alright. To celebrate the return of Jedok, fifth up is Farewell to version 1.8 Part 1 by Jedok, 30 play score of 9. This stage may or may not be broken, so... I may have to use the editor for this. Favorite weapons. Ice Slasher... Well, let's see. Absolute favorite weapons would probably be Drill Bomb. Let's see. Probably Drill Bomb. Skull Barrier. Water Wave underwater. Treble Boost, even though it doesn't really count as a weapon. Magma Bazooka, Triple Blade, pretty much every weapon that can be fired in trees. But Magma Bazooka especially. And a few more off, which I can't remember off the top of my head. Boing. Celebrations! Yeah, probably skip those difficulties. Yeah, with how old Maker is and its limitations, and more attraction options being open, I doubt we're gonna get any more competent modders in this for this game. Maybe if there's a 2, we'll have some modders return and some new ones show up, but as it stands right now, the game has enough tools for most people, for most design. The game already has enough tools left over for most designers. Oh no. The game, as it stands right now, the game has enough tools for most level designers still interested in this. And for those who want something more, there's the Megamix engine. Why go through the hassle of the mining the... Okay, force that to move the checkpoint up there. Why go through all the hassle of mining the game when it's so much easier to just use the Megamix engine, which has a better framework for including new mods, for including many of the new features that modders usually want to add. Not to mention, if you do make a mod, you have to go through the hassle getting people to download it and test it and whatnot. Speaking of Sunlock, like if you're gonna have to go to the hassle distributing it and having to patch it and whatnot, or distribute modified versions of the game itself, why not just use Megamix? Oh, that turned on the water too. That raises up and down. That's a good transition. Or a cool transition. And yes, I know Megamix is much more heavyweight, but still, most players don't really care about that. It is more impressive seeing what can be accomplished in this game versus Megamix, though, you're right. It's just that, how many people are still interested in seeing that? Both in terms of the player base and the developer base. Symphonia isn't the toughest precision platform in the market, but it won't treat you kindly despite if you're a beginner. Okay. Fair enough. Like, if you want a more beginner-focused precision platformer, that's what Aeon Drive is for. Oh look, switching back to base. Yeah, Eternal Noctis is on the other side where it's really geared towards experienced players. Now forced to be Mega Man. Oh boy. Well, I didn't see that one. Okay. Perfect, back at full health. Oh shoot. I need my energy. What is a slash? And yes, I know I could have grabbed that instead, but this is more fun. Wait, if I can grab that... Like, I see those keys up there, I need them then. Oh my goodness, lag. Through the fire and the flames. The Anti-Eddy Showcase. Easy button. The magic balloon. Denied. Push these light blocks. I guess so, YouTube. Spikes. Yeah, Mega Man Base and Game Boy content was good. It was nice to see it here. Start the train! Yeah, can't wait for the DOS update. Oh, glad to hear that the rest of the game's music's good. I was getting a bit worried there. Like the original weakness. Now we're fighting all the bosses that were added in this update. Darn, denied. No matter. Darn it. Thank you. No one used the bells for on and off blocks? I've seen several levels in the past months which do that. But not that many levels do use them, if you say it that way. I wish I could reorder these weapons. Pluto. Right. As for something that isn't really showcased in the levels we've I've showcased throughout this year. Bosses can be harmed by the hot plates. Too slow. This is more of a showcase rather than a level for everything we've learned throughout 1.8. So I'm a bit more forgiving of the somewhat disjointed level design. Oh shoot. That's fine. Like a frog hopping out of a boiling pot. Why are we switching between the characters this much here? I don't... Oh. Must be for a showcase of something else. Bubble crab. Run, run, run for your life. Oh, that's very exciting, Jaden. That's not his actual weakness, I think. This is. That's cool, Jaden. I'll be looking forward to playing it in the future. I believe modding most games has potential, especially for this game considering it's basically a level design game. So of course, modding in new features and assets is right up its alleyway. Part 1 complete. I like how just as I touched the ending object, the helicopter dissipated into nothingness. Yeah, a lot of care. I know I criticize Maker a lot for a lot of the funky stuff that happens and some strange absences and drop button input restoration memes. But I gotta give credit. I gotta give a lot of credit to the devs for putting a lot of time and effort to make sure that the objects actually play relatively well together. As in, when I say that, I mean objects actually... The object behavior is actually working together to create basically newfound challenges. It's not like the objects work in atomic, independent fashions. No, you can stack them on top of each other and have their effects basically create a whole new sort of challenge involved. Or basically throwing objects onto each other to explore new interactions, because in many other level designers or level designing games, most objects, the vast majority of them have independent interactions that don't really combine together. But in Maker, the devs have gone out of their way to make sure that many or most objects actually can interact together. Hey, fish on a stick. Could someone answer Lauren's question? Oh yeah, I played your level Hollow Broomstick. There was an issue with the Quickman boss fight. Long story short, with the block set up, when the block gets punched into Quickman, it doesn't actually insta-gib him, so you're forced to fight him. Specifically in the first time you meet Quickman. I think that's a bug. Yeah, other mods seem to miss it. I can understand why though, because of other level designers plus the difficulty of making sure the interactions work with each other. Because let me tell you, the way Maker was designed, at least in the codebase wise, let's just say that it made the goal of making new interactions a lot more difficult than it could have been. Or to put it another way, the codebase wasn't that built to be that extensible, or as extensible as it needed to be. Anyways, next up is MM Plus Remix Classic Mode, Salt Woman version 2 by Fire Sawdust, 15 play score 3. Otherwise, the rest of the stage is decent. I like the recreation of the various Hollow Knight areas. Jaden, did you see the final episode of my Declines Drops Let's Play? Gonna grab these just in case. Because I kind of answered those questions there. Like, Hey, Splash. Bye, Splash. I'll just give the quick Cliff's Notes version of this, or summarized version, for those not aware. Essentially, my main issue with Declines Drops and what makes it just almost good, at best, maybe. Well, I talked about the combat design being fine, but I just wish there were tougher enemies, or more specialist type enemies. My issue with the level design isn't so much the lack of platforming gimmicks. That actually isn't my issue. My issue is that, despite every stage trying to introduce a new element, none of them really get explored to a sufficient degree. And even when they come back, even when a few of them come back in future levels, they aren't really explored that well either. So, despite being a platform brawler, it doesn't quite hit the mark in either the platforming or brawling. I think it does a better job with the brawling, but the platforming is missed opportunities. Hopefully World 7A fixed that. Oops. That's not how water works. Hey, Queen Monica. Underwater controls are great. At the same time, the submersible's hitbox can cause weird issues getting caught on sides. But that's more of me. It's interesting you say, J Butters, because I say it does a better job with combat, but the platforming is like, the gimmicks are there. I'm not saying the gimmicks themselves are bad, or the stage elements. My problem is usually the stages don't go hard enough with them. Like, I understand it takes the 2D Mario-esque design, but Nintendo knows how to explore gimmicks sufficiently for their difficulty target. Like, don't get me wrong, if the Client's Drops was trying to be an easy-ish game or easy game, then I'd say the stage elements were done sufficiently enough. But the Client's Drops is not an easy game. The common encounters in the back half of the game and the boss fights prove that. So because of that, they need to be explored more. Hopefully that's resolved in World 7 and 8. Yeah, I get the Client's Drops is based off of DKC, Smash Brothers, and Kirby, but... But the underwater controls are neat. At the same time, I didn't expect Globule to pilot her own submarine. But back at Petroleum Port, it was really funny to see that happen. Oh, Tsukidem? Tsukidem is, I'd say, the second hardest boss. I found the hardest boss to be Kotu Piro, but that's because of some of those setups. And the Client Matter is straight up a Kirby reference. I still find it pretty fun, it's just that it could be so much better. Or it could be better. Like, it's currently my 5th or 6th favorite game I played this year, but with some tweaks, probably World 7 and 8, it would fix that problem. It's also funny how the game has an excuse plot, except for the ending, which suddenly becomes a lot more philosophical. True that. In the Client's Drops, there aren't any levels which I found to be stinkers. At worst, they were forgettable, but no real stinkers. I'm not sure if you sent that fish. Let's see if 9 Years ever has DLC. I mean, let me put it this way, I like the Client's Drops more than 9 Years. 9 Years I found overall decent, despite all the good things it does. The Client's Drops I found to be almost good. Thank you, fish. I'll check it right now. Nope, you never sent to me, so it's added. Checkpoint. Quick question. J Butters, have you seen my playthrough of the Client's Drops? If the game had completely independent combat and platforming sections, then it'd be just decent. When there's... Okay, I'll say it this way. The game does mesh the combat and platforming well. It's... Especially in the intermix sections, I don't really have problems with those. It's just that when you have more of the independent sections where the game's flaws come more into the limelight. Or maybe not flaws, shortcomings. Because oh my goodness, I wouldn't want to have the brawling action with very advanced platforming at the same time. That would be a nightmare. 3 games at once. That's actually an interesting... That's an interesting take you have, J Butters. Usually people say it's 2 games at one. Well, 2 games plus a mini game. Okay, I'm not really paying attention to what's happening. I need to fix that. Oh gosh, the big fishies. Oh, I see. So the daytime sections, the nighttime platforming segments, and the nighttime brawling. I will say this. Declines Drops does a much better job meshing the two together. It also helps that Globule itself is much more agile than the Werehog. Like, the flow between going in and out of combat and platforming together, it works pretty well. Those also end up being usually the toughest sections of the game, or the pure platforming ones. But that also depends. It also helps that the Globule's movement attack is actually pretty crazy if you fully push it. Like, you can pull off a quadruple jump if you know what you're doing. Consistently. And that's intended. Alright, we win. What happens if I use the E-Tank here? Oot, I get max score now. You got... Salt, water, shield. I getcha. Uh-oh. Yeah. Way to break this section. Like, I like the aesthetics more of 9 Years. With Declines, I want to say this. Like, platforming, I definitely say is better than 9 Years. Combat is a little bit more of a difficult proposition because I like the boss fights in 9 Years a lot more, but outside the bosses, it's a little bit difficult to compare to combat because the combat in 9 Years is a lot more precise. It's a lot more precise with instant acceleration and deceleration, whereas the combat in Declines is a lot more momentum-based. To tie in with the momentum-based platforming. Oh yeah, in addition to that, J Butters, in regards to Unleashed, most of the moveset, the vast majority of the Werehog's moveset isn't actually that useful, other than looking cool. That is something, like, I understand moves being situational, and I understand there being a core moveset which is good against most things, or is decent, but when the default moveset and a very few set of moves completely outclass the rest, I think there's a problem. I disagree with that comparison because DMC versus Zelda, not counting Breath of the Wild and such, that is a much wider gap compared to Declines versus 9 Years. Like, if Declines really wanted to lean into its Smash inspirations, it would have had more advanced combo sets. Thank you, Fish, for staying here. Oh yes, Pyra, it's the semi-weekly Sonic discussion. Get used to it, we're coming back to this. Eventually, with the way things are going, we are going to be playing a Sonic game next year, or I'm going to be playing it, so, it's not the worst thing. Frontiers is... I like the open zone concept, but it is certainly a grab bag of... I wouldn't say it's like a collection of minigames. I wouldn't go that far, but it's certainly an open zone filled with a lot of things and activities to do. And the overall experience is kind of, uneven. Dunk on a random platformer. At least this time I'm praising, I'm basically praising two of the games. Anton Blast, when I'm done, that is a game that I overall enjoy and consider to be good. Outside of 2 stages and 2 of the boss buster encounters, I overall like it. Let me sort this a bit differently. They already sort of fixed Meyer, and they've said they're going to fix the final stage. Yeah, KH2 is one of those games that actually makes the drives useful, both in combat and outside, from what I've seen. Yeah, Hell Manor. Hell Manor needs at least 1 or 2 more checkpoints. With the way the state is designed, it, yeah. Alright, 7th up is Mega Man Fishing by Fombus Ideas, aka Dead Channel, 33 play, score of 13. I didn't hate it the first time around, but second time, I like the stage overall, but it really needs 2 more checkpoints. Like, oh my goodness. We shouldn't have the checkpoint be halfway through a 9-minute stage. And the devs have already said that yes, they are going to nerf it. Like, I seen what Tony Grayson said, they're gonna be banning checkpoint. I'm more looking forward to the Anton and other cosplays. Oh yeah, fishing. Well, at least, you know, Buster, half the things I said during the stream are actually somewhat relevant or discernible, so they're doing much better than usual. It's not like last week, or the week before that, or the week before that. I'll stop. I see what you mean by fishing now. Badges, you say? Well, based on the achievements, I think it's more of a joke there. Oh shoot, I see the problem. Easy button. Oh yeah, I can't save myself if I accidentally hit the switch, exactly. Oh, big fishies. Yeah. If there's one franchise or series that... If there's one franchise and series... Ugh, let me rephrase that. If there's one franchise or multimedia series the fans have been keeping alive more than anything else, it's the Sonic one. And unfortunately, due to how Sonic Team have mishandled the whole thing, mainly in the game side, there is no one or two right ways to make a good quote-unquote fun and slash or good Sonic game, because one is a Sonic game itself is really 20 or 30 different things by now. 20 or 30 different collections of ideas now. At the same time, this gives many springboards to indie devs. See Freedom Planet and Spark Tree. And the myriad of other Sonic-inspired titles. Exactly, Buster. But I find that point more pertinent with Sonic because Sonic Team and Sega the issue with them has been ever since they've exited out of the... Well, it started in the classic era, to be honest, but it became much more apparent once we entered the adventure era and onwards. Sonic Team and Sega have not had a consistent idea of how to make a Sonic game, whether it be 2D or 3D. And so the design philosophy keeps changing quite a bit. I understand, or you put it a good way, Buster. A lot of the Sonic franchise and Team Sonic is throwing darts at a board, to the point where you'd ask, is this like an anthology series, where different game developers are taking the same property and going in different directions with them? Is that what it is? Like, if you show me the Sonic franchise overall, as someone who's completely unfamiliar to video games or someone familiar, I think it's something like an anthology series. Don't shoot it upwards, it's cheating. Alright, base. It's more... I don't know what was up with YouTube. It's more like they don't pay attention or whatever. We've been talking about this for years now. We've kind of given up. Also, Danganronpa. Oh yeah, to answer my question, which of the boss busters I don't hate any of the boss buster encounters. I find Brawl Buster and Mall Buster to be kind of the weakest. They're not bad, it's just, eh. Alright, yellow difficulty. See, I don't mind the side games in the I don't mind some of the side or tertiary games in the franchise being out there or being very non-traditional. Take for example Mario and Sonic Olympic Games or the Sonic Racing games. Like Sonic and the Sega All-Stars Racing Transformed is legitimately good. I'm talking about the primary games in the mainline franchise, whether it be 3D or 2D. Like, okay, I don't mind there being more experimentation and out there stuff in the periphery, or in the side games or the spin-offs. Otherwise, I'd be also very critical of the Mario franchise. My issue is that, taking for Mario as he was Sonic's main rival, the mainline games in the Mario franchise have a much more consistent design philosophy, and a consistent level of quality and expectation from them. And barring some exceptions, It works out very well. When I say exceptions, I'm talking about stuff like Sunshine, but... KH knows what it needs, but instead throws out stuff in place for useless systems that bog each system down. Again, Sonic is worse at that. Oh my gosh. With Sonic, they throw out and throw in stuff. Danganronpa is one of those things where... I played only the 2 games, so I'm in a weird state of what I can talk about. I found it enjoyable, but I can definitely see the flaws in it, especially 1. Like, I didn't really talk about it in 1, but compared to 2, I found half the cast started to get grating on me. For a half of one's cast, at least initially. As the cast started to thin out, it became a lot better. Almost. And of course, the games are unabashedly anime TM, for better or worse. Okay, this is getting tougher. Oh, this is not that hard. Ouch, my foot. Like, I'd like to discuss more Danganronpa as well, but probably for more specialized streams. Like, I overall like the game, but yeah, unabashed anime, and the characters in 1 can become a bit much. And as an outsider, it does feel like a lot of the events there are kind of insane too, or crazy. But to be fair, I don't mind more out there animes. And yeah, in the end, J-Butters, that's the sad thing. Like, oh shoot. I would say the vast majority, there are only a few gimmicks or main game mechanics or game design how do I get out of here now? I think I may have soft-locked myself. Whoops. Alright, give me a moment, we'll listen to this music while I'll get that fixed. Alright, there's only a few game gimmicks or main game mechanics or overall game design philosophies in the Sonic franchise which I consider to be outright bad. Even if they differ between the mainline games, my issue isn't so much that they exist, it's that they don't actually make an effort to sufficiently explore and or refine them. Or they introduce them in one game only to drop them in the next. And to answer Buster's question, yeah, the bad Mario games are just mid, or the mainline bad Mario games are at mid at worst. The worst Mario games aren't even really by Nintendo, and are just memed to no end. See Hotel Mario. Like, of recent date, I can't really put a hand on any bad Nintendo game recently. Yeah, bad Sonic games at the worst end are Dark Brotherhood, and '06, and Labyrinth, and a few others. Like, oh my gosh. I'm not one of those people that says Sonic was never good because that's way too harsh of a take, and I don't want to be that objective as saying that. And two, Sonic is really like at this point, Sonic's really like a dozen game series at this point. Like, even Sonic 3 and Knuckles has its own fair share of issues, but I wouldn't say it's bad. It also doesn't help about our more arcade philosophies. How much does playing multiple game playthroughs matter? Yeah, when your best game is somehow worse than the decade-old Mario game. And to be fair, Buster, those are way on the periphery. Like, they aren't made by Nintendo, plus they're more spin-offs anyways. So, yeah. Danganronpa and especially Outer Wilds are hard to discuss. Yeah, you can discuss Danganronpa more, but Outer Wilds are so much more spoilery stuff. Yeah, Your Turn to Die, I find all the casts to be a lot more enjoyable because A, they feel more competently written, and B, more important than A, they actually feel like real people. I don't mind more incompetent people or somewhat incompetent. What I care is that they're more, quote-unquote, believable. I'm putting that in air quotes because reality can be unrealistic. My main issue with Danganronpa 1's cast is that it felt like half the cast was slow in the uptake, and generally felt kind of either insane or stereotyped. Too stereotyped. Whereas with 2, they kind of fixed that where, oh sure, they may be kind of, because of focusing too much on a special talent, they're still a little bit quote-unquote, I don't know, too narrowly focused, maybe? But they're much quicker on the uptake. To answer your question, Buster, I don't know anyone who would say Sonic was never good with a straight face. Simple, they think Sonic 3 is a bad game, or Sonic 2 is not well designed. I've seen those people, I spoke with them. Like, if you don't like the design of 2 and 3 or Mania either, by extension, then yeah, I can understand the issue with 2 and 3 because there are a bit too many elements of the stage design which expect you to react almost inhumanly fast. I know Mania has smoothed out those design philosophies, but 2 and 3 is Yeah, in Your Turn to Die, something I've noticed is that every member of the cast actually feels like they take the main character slot for at least some time. It actually meshes out their character quite a bit. Even the people who died in the first chapter got their time in the limelight, which Danganronpa hasn't done so it humanizes the characters more. Heck, we even get flashbacks even after they perished, which adds even more fun stuff. Hey, Lepadio. Sonic needs to die. Gore sound. Sonic Twitter takeover is great. Honestly, I'll get back to you in a moment, Buster, because this Sonic discussion is important. As for your turn to die, Danganronpa, yeah, every member of YTDD does something. And to respond to your question, Buster, I want to respond to your question with another or statement with another question. When you say Sonic died, do you mean Sonic as a game series or as the multimedia franchise itself? Like, as a game franchise, if it were to die, let's say, next year or the year after that, I'm kind of conflicted in saying this, but I see your point, actually. With all of the ideas it's expressed throughout its 30-year history, there's plenty of things that indie games and other studios can crib from there and polish up and refine further. Like, we've seen that with Freedom Planet, Spark, even Gravity Circuit, and a few other games too, directly and indirectly. Honestly, I honestly feel like the team who runs the Sonic Twitter actually has a better idea of what the series should be. Like, the murder of Sonic the Hedgehog was legitimately a hilarious VN. I don't know if they've gotten bored, Jaden. It feels like they don't know what they're doing, really. Enough. Game series. On the comics front, the Sonic comic run by IDW is legitimately good, so keep that running. Alright. Yeah, it's been 8 minutes. Okay, let's get back to the levels. We spent enough time here. We need to get out of here. Okay. So, I'm gonna delete these key doors and, let's go. Roll time. And Sonic Team has been trying to give the Sonic franchise to different studios. See Hardlight and RZ. Like, RZ was mainly for the mobile division, and they basically gave it to them to make superstars. Although they should have given them more budget and time. Anyways, time for the hard fishing. Oh shoot, I'm dead. Okay, I won't have enough, you said? Let's fix that. Where are you, key? There you are. Take 3. Yeah, the multimedia franchise itself always seems to pick up. Like, no matter what you think about how good or bad the movie is, they seem to be doing something right. I mean, this is an interesting stage. It's just that the discussion for Sonic is, especially in regards Sonic and Danganronpa and Your Turn to Die, that also touches on many of my thoughts on the gaming industry. Superstars is one of those interesting things because they basically gave the reins to the people making the mobile games, and it has fun parts, but they really needed more time and budget. Oh boy, here comes the hard part. Oh shoot, I'm dead. I'm roasted. I'm burned alive. I'm disintegrated. I mean, there is also... there is one, a Sonic fan game I do want to cover next year, if only because of how it's the spiritual predecessor to something else. And no, it's not before the sequel, or after the sequel, or Time Twisted, or Chrono, or 16-bit. Whoa, Baldi's Basics? Yeah, Your Turn to Die, for how high quality of it is, which I should emphasize more. I'm really surprised it's pretty much spent the majority of its time free. Like, it still technically is free if you don't mind some of the side content or slower updates. Like, what makes Superstars kind of disappointing is that I can see that our set actually responded to some of the criticisms in regards to boss fights and level design. It's just that they've overcorrected in a few regards. Like, oh my goodness, the final boss, especially on Trip's storyline. Oh my gosh. They didn't have to suddenly go. They didn't have to suddenly turn into Kaizo, or Diet Kaizo. And that really needed checkpoints too. Turtle fishing. Six keys. If I do Baldi's Basics, it'll have to be pre-recorded because I'll be away this April Fools. Beep. Welcome to the final fishing area, Big's Fishing Adventure. Oh yeah, if I play Sonic Tree, it's gonna be Sonic Tree Hair, because there are a few mods I do want to implement. I actually sampled a bit of Baldi's Basics, namely the funny Discord minigame. Otherwise, sure. I'll see. I mean, depending on what time I do this... Oh shoot, the fish shoot back at me now. I do have some friends who can also explain it to me as they beat the game. A lack of split screen, you say? I can see that being a problem. But yeah, to close off the Sonic discussion for this last Maker stream of the year, I'll put it this way. Sonic Team should really try experimenting by handing over Sonic, at least temporarily, to other game devs or other studios. Like, remember when they did that with Mania, it created one of the best Sonic games of recent times. Maybe they should actually take more notes from the fan designers. But I'll note that down. Baldi's Basics. Oh yeah, also, can we please have games that focus more on the other characters? I'd like to see a Tails Adventures 2 or something. Evening Star, sure. Yeah, Evening Star rip. I am gonna play Penny's Big Breakaway because from my friends who play it, they say it's peak, but I can totally understand why it didn't quite make the splash. 1, new studio. 2, a new game series. 3, it's focusing more of a niche. Which is unfortunate because from what I've seen and from what my friends say, it's genuinely a fun game. A good game, but unfortunately it didn't quite have a big enough appeal. Whether it be the actual artistic design, level design, or camera design, or whatever, didn't quite make the mark. Shame. They concluded that arc with Adventure 2, Lauren. Hey, Eduardo. Alright, I'm gonna take a short pause and be right back in a few minutes. Alright, I am back. On to the final stretch. Oh yeah, speaking of which, I forgot to mention the schedule. Only one stream for today. Tomorrow morning, TF2 multiplayer, Team Fortress 2 that is. And tomorrow evening for the final stream of the year, Super Freaks 1 Ultimate Edition, version 3.0, Uncle Swordsman, hard mode, fast forward. Because I already covered Return of Missile Man before, I'm gonna cover this because it seems interesting. And then I'll get to your level up, Patio. Sorry for the delay, but I want to start with something that's a little bit easier. Quote unquote easier. Watch as this ends up being harder. Oh, that's a different level? I already covered the Return of Missile Man last week. It was submitted to me last week. And as you can see, I already played this level. That's why I skipped it. I don't know, but someone sent it. Regardless, that ended up being, regardless of who actually submitted it, that ended up being my favorite level that episode. So, congrats. So, because of that, I'm gonna cover this instead. Because I do want to showcase one of her stages. And yes, the remake's better than the original. Alright, 8 up is Tengu Man, but he's a Kingdom Hearts Super Boss by Toxin. 36th place, score 4. Speaking of, before I play Bayonetta, I'm gonna play Devil May Cry. Let's do that again. That's that. Oh boy. Get down here. Oh, how I wish I had the equivalent of potions. Where's Jay Butters when you need him? He's the KH expert. I don't know if I'll be able to beat him, I'm just showing this. Like, I know this is definitely geared towards the more advanced players. That's kind of the point. Oh no, they're desynced. So that's how it goes. Wait. Wait. Is that a bottomless pit? I think I know the trick here. Get down. I don't think this is how sentries work. Yes? No! Darn you, Metal Man. Come on, do your slash. He did it once, now he's not doing it again. I don't recall the super bosses being like this. Or if they are, you can actually at least parry. Or use your shields. Or him. Have a potion. What? He doesn't go down. Darn it, he's smart. This is doable, but it requires a lot more attention and patience and skill than I have. Also, if the metal men don't desync from each other. I got knocked in. Well, I got it down halfway, so I'll call this good enough. Pay attention, me. This is how trampolines from Pit look like. Alright, that was a neat sampler. Hopefully the patio's level's easier. Or, you know, I would be able to do this if I had 2 E-tanks. Or a projectile weapon. Anyways, 9th up is MMAR2 Kung Fu Animasters Master Leopard by the Patio. 38 play, score of 18. More like, I yield, you win. It'll be marked red because I couldn't beat them. Alright, I got all the weapons. I think. Yeah, I do. Like, these are the mid-bosses of the pack, so to speak. Oh no. Almost 1 hit point left. Can I do this without the use of an E-tank? Okay, first phase. Oh my gosh, no. There goes my strategy. And yes, I can use E-tank. And yes, I can use weapons. What? I was mashing start. Seriously? Oh yeah, delay. Alright. What's your weakness? He has weakness, unfortunately. I guess you mean no weakness. It's fine. Drill bomb works like a charm. The hardest part of the first phase isn't even Fairman himself, it's the supercutters. That's it, E-tank. And of course, I can just... No, I got a hit. That's wasted now. Okay. I'm gonna have to detonate it before. Let me out, let me out. Ah. That's the first of the 2 Animasters I'll be doing today. Tango jump, eh? Uh-huh. Don't suffer, Beach. I like talking about these 3 discussions. It wasn't that cluttered, to be honest. And J-Butters, assuming they're back or not, I want to get into I want to get into a lot of game series, considering I basically skipped the PS1 or PS2 for the most part. But I do at least want to get... I want to check out Crash, Ratchet & Clank, Spyro, the classic Spyro games, and of course, one which name is escaping me right now. Oh yeah, as for Best Metroidvania 2024, I wanted to respond to that. Jax. And of course, Devil May Cry. So Bowen just thought they're getting a few top 10. My top 10 from the perception is... it's gonna be 9 Souls. And maybe, I guess it's gonna be either 9 Souls, Ultros, or Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown. And I guess Animal Well. Bow, it may get in there, but maybe. Mini Shoot Adventure I'd also put up there. And if you count the Zelda-ish games, Crypt Custodian. Thank you, Dad. I'll add it for the future. Oh boy, Croc 2. We can vote on that later. Because the patter's next stage isn't that long, I'll cover it here too. Yeah, let's do it now. Go. All right, we're kind of running a little bit low on time, so we're gonna go through these faster. 10th up is Animal Rage 2, Kung Fu Animasters, Master Dragon, La Patio, 34 plays, score 22. I think Bow is better compared to Gestalt, but we'll see. Yeah, well, that's a good idea, Buster. I'll do a vote on terms of which game franchises from the PS1 and PS2 era, or N64 era, I didn't play through, which I should cover next, or sample, or whatever. Like, some are absolutely gonna be a must, like Banjo-Kazooie. But for the other ones that were more, we'll see. Huh? Oh, come on. I know you can hit. Oh, sure. Oh. One more. No, okay. Oh, this is solid ground. It doesn't really look like it. Bouncy! I found a weakness. Let me out of here. We win. A lot easier compared to Master Leopard. Oh, double boost. Meanwhile, the fire rages behind us. Once we show the image. You want to send the list? Oh, cannot be tamed. With top 10 lists, I usually like to collate the popular perception because otherwise, just pointing at one is going to be difficult because of subjectivity and whatnot. Alright. 11th up is Grassman by DWN Construction Man. 25th place, score 7. Like, of those three, I do want to cover 9 Souls, but only after I do Hollow Knight, probably, because I don't want to play another difficult game right now. Like, Mini Shoot Adventure, I'd say, is also solid. And I put it around the same... Mini Shoot Adventure is interesting because I put it around the same way as Crypt. Thank you, Lepandio. You won't eat the grass. You're welcome, Lepanio, and thank you for continuously sending me new levels almost every single week in this year. Despite some of my criticisms and many elicitations of pain and frustration, I overall enjoy playing through most of your levels. Thank you. Delete. Well, this was mostly nothing, really. Stage that simply exists. If I have time, Lorenzo, I'll do it. Lauren, I already covered this stage before. I covered this on episode 737. Well, we can do a water stage instead, so we'll do that. Because I don't want to leave you high and dry. Alright, 12th up is Higher Dive, Captain Johnso, Aquatic Panic by Arsonist, aka Lauren. 13th place, score of 2. And that's fair, Buster. I will say this, Jaden. I've seen an entire playthrough of that game from one of my friends. And the game does a far better job of discerning what's the foreground from the background compared to the original CDI games. Also, no live system, thank goodness. Welcome to the water. It's rainy. I'm just saying that RZ may have some problems. I'm just... To be clear, I'm not saying that RZ doesn't have these problems. I'm just saying that the CDI Zelda games, they had it worse. It was worse there. Oof. That water? Appreciate giving us the Tengu blade so we can just slide through the lasers and generally go faster through the stage. I mean, for sure, I don't think the Zelda CDI games were exactly the first of the devs, but it really suffered from, to be honest, many things. And to be quite frank, the worst Zelda CDI game was number 3. Rewards. Nice. Bouncy. We stole all of your toys, sorry. Ow. Now if we could please have a life pickup. Yes. I'll have to check. You may be right, Jaden. It was the CDI game number 3, so maybe that's it. The reason why most people don't remember it as much is because it wasn't even the funny kind of bad, like the first 2 Zelda CDI games were. At least those were, to some degree, entertaining in that regard. Oh, this has 2 routes. That's some bonus points there. And you're using 2 or at least one of the gimmicks fairly well, decently enough. I don't want to say fairly well because it's too early. Like, we've gone from being a subpar stage to okay at the very least. So you're making improvement. Oh no. Oh yes! Okay, this makes this fight a lot more enjoyable. The fact that we can just slide right through him. It also makes this kind of quite easier. What? Oh, it's not over yet. Still going. Well, that's part of the reason, Oscar. But tell me this. How much YTPs have you seen of the third Zelda CDI game versus the first 2? Alright. That was a bit abrupt. Oh my goodness, this is awful! There are so many memeable and quotable lines from the CDI games to the point where, yeah. Number 3, not much. Definitely making progress, it was more enjoyable overall. Okay to decent. Actually, what was the name of the 3 Zelda CDI games? Okay. Zelda Faces of Evil and Zelda... Oh, sorry. Link the Faces of Evil and Zelda the Wand of Gameleon were developed by Animation Magic and released simultaneously on October 10, 1993, and Zelda's Adventure was developed by Veritas and released on May 10, 1996. Let's see, Okay, Defunct 2001. Trying to see, what was their first game? Gamelon. Game Leon. I'll just call it Game Leon. It's funnier. Or Gamelon. I wish there was an easy list for that. Technically it's Gamelon or Gamelon. I think it's more like Gamelon. Anyways, let's continue. We're kind of running on time again. 13th up is Toy Warehouse by Mop Brothers. 133 plays and a score of 61. Oh good. I think we're going to be in for at least a decent experience. Oh my goodness. Plushie's up there. Squish. Squish. Oh my goodness, we have NATO. This stage's platforming is not going to be severely broken. As a demonstration, I'm not going to use that anymore if possible. One of the few places where this is actually useful. Go figure. Yeah, Zelda's Adventure. The bad one. Or the worst one, I mean. Like, people remember the first two CDI games, and it's immortalized in via all the YTPs, alongside Hotel Mario and I Am Mean. But barely anyone remembers Zelda's Adventure, and that's for many good reasons. Ow. Yeah. The first two Zelda CDI games I'd say are bad, but they were entertaining. Intentionally or unintentionally so. Like, there were some intentionally funny bits, like, oh my goodness. But, yeah. Oops. This is what happens when I hold down A for too long. But, Trine has none of that. Okay. Wanna play it this way? I'll check DMs after the stream. We're kind of running low on time. Oh my goodness, there's a problem here now. This. Okay, we're better now. Only costed 1 E-Tank, and a bit of my pride. Also, only games to be side-scrollers except Adventure of Link. Overall side-scrollers. Welcome back, J-Butters. It's played very, very straight, even more so than the actual Zeldas, which is kind of hilarious. Trying to be fair here, if I was gonna die there, I would have used the NATO immediately. Awakening does have some 2D sections. Yeah, Awakening has some 2D platforming sections. So do Oracle of Ages and Oracle of Seasons. Decent stage. Kind of plotting, but it works. It's alright, but it's not good, I agree. There are better stages. Alright, 14 up is Frozen City Winter, Siberia by Eduardo. 46 plays, score 16. When I say Eduardo, I mean Proto Man 1987. It's a long story. Proto Man. Oh. I'm gonna grab these two just in case. Adventure of Link was also released in a time or era where video game sequels tended to be a lot more... There was less expectation of a sequel being completely iterative. There was a lot more video game sequels back then trying to experiment with the overall formula. See Zelda 2, Mario 2 for the US, or what was billed as Mario 2 for the US, Zelda 2, which Castlevania 2, that's the one. Sorry for mixing that up. regardless of whether it's Doki Doki Panic or whatever, I still consider it like SMB2. And frankly, it evolves the formula, and frankly, it evolves and experiments with the formula more than the Lost Levels does. Like, fundamentally, Lost Levels is a ROM hack. I know this is another kind of intermediate difficulty stage that's also fairly straightforward, but I feel this does a better job of what it's trying to accomplish compared to Mop Brothers level. Yeah, no kidding. Lost Levels is kind of BS in more than a few sections, and it pretty much completely assumes you played and beat one. Otherwise, the difficulty curve does not make sense. Yes, the first level in that game immediately starts with a poison mushroom if you try busting out of it from the block. That's how you know that the experience is going to be a lot rougher. That's why I consider it more like a hard mode ROM hack / continuation. At least SMB2, aka Doki Doki, tries to evolve the formula. That's how we got Shy Guys, for example, and the ability to pick up and throw enemies. I'd rather have that and its experience over Lost Levels, to be honest. It was nice to have Lost Levels in Super Mario Bros. All-Stars, but that's more because it was part of a package. If I were to have it by itself, I wouldn't as appreciate it as much. I need this. Go ahead, Buster. Oh shoot. That was a terrible decision. I pressed the wrong button. Oh yeah, and Bob-Ombs, Pokey, Sniffits, Birdo, the Phantos. Darn it. I was so close. See, okay. I thought it was ordered the other way. I don't care about that key now. This time we'll make it to the top, no probs. Church or Sanctuary, but the music's very upbeat. To be quite frank, most of my knowledge of those two games comes more from the YTPs, which usually replace most of the music. And Ska was playthrough, or half of it, which I need to finish watching. Oh my. Not falling for that. See, I think this better deserves the higher ratings compared to Mop Brothers. It has a more noticeable difficulty curve and better uses its main stage elements. Main stage elements being the gimmicks and enemies. Okay. Yeah, it's pretty obvious what I'm gonna pick. Yeah, shame the art is unintentionally or intentionally... it's unintentionally lackluster. That's the funny thing about Faces of Evil and Wand of Gamelon, or Gamelon. It's not just that the art quality itself is lackluster, it's also all the animations and weird animations and bizarre camera angles. Did half the NPCs have to get right up to Link's face in order to discuss things? Like, seriously. It felt like half the time when we were talking NPCs, they were spinning around Link, basically, or going right up to his face. GG. I don't know, it's really, kind of bizarre. Really kind of very bizarre. Alright, so the 15th and final level of the stream, as well as this year, is Overgrown Heights by Lorenzo VD. 28 play, score 4. The backgrounds are nice. The cutscenes, though, are hilariously... There's no other word I can say for this other than saying bad. Get up there and disable the magnetic, well... Ouch. Help, Mega Man! Mega Man struggles to lose weight. Do I need more force in this? Yes! I was mashing jump there, it didn't work. Speaking of hilarious stuff... to be honest, of all the gimmicks in Maker I would dislike, this isn't even in the top 10. Could be worse, it could be Magflies. Or fans. Oh shoot. I got distracted by the other one that I should have shot the bottom one. See, the main reason why I don't put it in the top 10 is because the magnet wells actually work consistently. If you're in the radius, they'll start pulling you... If you're in the radius, they'll try sucking you into them. It's not like Magflies where the acceleration, deacceleration's not straightforward and kind of counterintuitive. Or the Magflies and fans are counterintuitive. Oh my gosh. No, I missed. I'll still take these any day over those. I guess the main shared feature of my least favorite Mega Man Maker assets is that they're counterintuitive. Oh my god. I should have shot it first. And yes, I know I have one weapon that can disable it. Trying my best to do it weapon only, no weapons. And hey, it's at least one of those stages that actually uses its main mechanics sufficiently, too. And does offer a decent challenge for me. Oh gosh, I should not have gone for that. Excuse me. Playing it safe. Who's up next? Still rainy days. If the fans and McFlys were consistently worked, I wouldn't be I wouldn't mind. Especially with the McFlys, I wouldn't be criticizing them as much. It's kind of baffling because the McFlys shouldn't be that difficult to make work. Like, I can understand the difficulty of getting the fans working because of acceleration, deacceleration wonkiness, but the McFlys, they should be more straightforward. Other fan games released before Maker have done this. Hi, Oran. Unfortunately, I'm not taking any new levels because it's kind of late. And I'm reaching the end of the stream. But thanks for joining. I need healing. Come on, come on. How close am I to the end? It's been a spread of forgettable to okay to decent to legitimately pretty good, or decent, almost good. Hang on, Buster, my brain needs a reset. Oh yeah, this clogs up his engines. Makes sense. It's plant matter. That was your mistake, sitting here. Okay. Between Toy Warehouse, Frozen City Winter, and this level, Lorenzo, I kinda like Frozen City Winter more for its aesthetics, but in terms of the actual challenge progression, this is the best one. So thank you for sending it. So overall, Of the 15 levels I covered in today's morning stream, my favorite level, and it's gonna be a tough one as at best it was decent, is gonna be a tie between Crystal Lake DX by Sunflora and Lorenzo's level. Yeah, I just said I kinda prefer Eduardo, but looking back at it, I think Lorenzo's level deserves the favorite more. Good job, you two, and thank you to everyone else who submitted your levels to me, whether it be today, last week, last month, or any time this year. It's really appreciated. It's due to your continued support why I continue to produce and continue to play Mega Man Maker. Otherwise, I would have stopped years ago. So once again, thank you. And here's to 2025 and Maker. So before I end off the stream, I'm gonna do a quick thumb through the art. I'm a little bit low on time again, sorry. So I'll do it this way. We did 37th anniversary. Oh. You know, I'll show off the Sonic stuff tomorrow morning. I'll just do the Mega Man Rally stuff here. World Force Ships. Wally Fortresses. Pirate Edition. King Zone Act 1. Oh no. If this is based on the Genesis or SNES game. Westopolis. God. Wonder what route he's taking. Probably hero neutral from the looks of it. Wily Iron Golem, full body. Shadow Destroy Rhinobot. Smash. Here it is, the new anthology from your writing school. It features a chapter from your upcoming novel number 3. Neat. This is quote-unquote canon. Looks cool. I don't have enough knowledge of the series, so other than that. Little Sis's OCs, feel free to pick your favorite. Oh no. Because of the background, it's kind of mucking things up. Whoa. That's a lot of snakes. Ooh. Cool Sakura sword. And of course, wide. And thank you for posting the levels. Whoa. Neat. Striding the line between antro furries and monster girls. Though, as we make jokes of that, wide. I don't know who my favorite one is, but neat designs. Oh, and we get the descriptions here. Lefixa. Riaha. And Fuse RZ. Practice makes perfect. Thank you all, Rich, for posting art of not only your OCs, but the various Sonic zones you have in work in progress. You're one of the most prolific artists who's been posting here over the years. So once again, thank you. And thank you for not just posting stuff that's Mega Man or traditional related, but also being one of the few ones who post their own OCs, and a lot of them. Thank you. Dr. Crass's backup layer. If you know, you know. Recreate White Castle 4 in its prototype state. Still under construction. Neat. And thus, this concludes the art showcase, and subsequently, the final Maker stream for this year. I'll be back for Maker in about 2 weeks. So, once again, thank you to everyone who either submitted a level, submitted their art, or just participated in chat this year. It's thanks to your continued support why I continue to produce content and play games like Maker, which has gone past the 7-year anniversary. It's really appreciated. So, if you're enjoying this or any other piece of content on the channel, please rate, comment, favorite, and or subscribe, as they all help it out. Don't forget to follow me on X, Mastodon, and Blue Sky as well, and join my Discord server, as I regularly post updates there. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you all later.